I think it's important that people are starting to realize that, when President Biden came in, it was all going to be the old grandfather, how everybody's going to make everybody happy and pull things together. But his administration and his policies have done anything but. He's been the most divisive president, in my opinion, that the country has ever had. And his policies have now pushed more people into poverty, pushed more people into maxing out on their credit cards. The same thing, they can't buy a home now because interest rates are so high. So in the end, especially, when the rubber hits the road, people care about how it's affecting them. And Biden's been absolutely disastrous in helping individuals.
The poll that we're just talking about, we're showing viewers on our screen. It shows Trump narrowly leading Biden, 48 to 43%. Is this something to celebrate for not only the Trump campaign, but Republicans?
No, Hannah, because I will agree with one of the comments that sometimes the Biden folks are saying that polls don't mean anything. And, they do, but they really don't sometimes, because we're still a long ways away until November. We're truly a long ways away, and a lot can change in that period of time. But it's a good sign that President Trump is in these, at least for Republicans, in this position right at this point in time. I think his trajectory is up, and I think Biden's is continuing to plummet.
Congressman, what are the biggest issues facing North Carolinians right now?
Immigration and the economy. The immigration debacle, absolute crisis, has now affected every city, in every state. And we're seeing that right face up, and it's hurting lower income individuals because it's taking jobs away, or we're all, having to pay thousands of dollars more in taxes this year. I think the count was that the immigration crisis has cost this country over $450 billion. But then when you go to the grocery store, food is much more expensive. Gas is much more expensive. You can't buy a home because of interest rates. So I think those are the two top issues that face America.
We saw President Biden and former President Trump at the border this week. We were calling it dueling events. Your thoughts on that?
Yeah, President Trump went to where the real border is, where the real problem has been. President Biden went to literally the most sterile portion of the border in the entire, border we have with Mexico. Absolute staged, and so many of the Customs and Border Patrol agents said this. It was an absolute staged thing, and he quickly moved to climate change. Good God. Let's stick with the topic, Joe, because this is a crisis that literally, here it is, 7:30 this morning on Sunday, Joe Biden could fix by noon by executive order, because he reversed by executive order the whole Trump policies that had immigration at the border in check and in a reasonable situation, in a reasonable standpoint.
I do want to bring up the economy again. We're seeing historic job lows. A lot of people are working more. The economy is a bit better than a little while ago. Any credit to the current administration?
I think that if you look at the numbers of unemployment, they're very low right now. I think that's excellent compared to, however, the Trump administration. They're very much the same. But there's one key factor, Hannah, that people don't realize. It's the workforce participation rate, those individuals who should be working. In the Biden administration now, it's a full percentage where you say, well, 1%. That's 3 to 4 million people who are not participating in the workforce, people who are literally just now drawing government checks or doing something else. Those individuals, because of what policies that were done during the pandemic, have chosen not to come back into the workforce. It's hurt workers, it's hurt inflation. And look, the bottom line is, if you're able to, get up in the morning and go to work. That's what it is. It makes our life we get self-esteem from all these things, but this is the real difference in the philosophy, I believe, of the Republican and Democrat. We feel like people should work, and a lot of the Democrat folks are happy to put people on the government dole.
Congressman, I have 30 seconds, but I want to ask you about Super Tuesday. Trump narrowly won North Carolina. What do you expect this Tuesday?
I think he'll win North Carolina. He probably wins it 80-20. I imagine in the Republican primaries. Nikki Haley did, respectable, I guess, in her South Carolina, but not nearly what she should have done. And I think it will be, maybe even more than 80-20 in North Carolina for President Trump.
We'll be watching. Congressman, thank you so much for coming on the show this morning.
Amen. Thank you. Take care.
Thanks for watching. Go to joinnn.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.